Nsia ye mamunyina chen emmakwaba edemba Owia kasamfonyi so ebra nsa no pa no nsia obenim bosom de to so no mu mfichampem yenu ene yadunu nsia ne bosom miensam ye de ba na ye de ebesom www.owiatv.com sa enso na Owia TV official ewo TikTok Owia TV Facebook Owia TV eno so ewo YouTube bomodern na follow e na share na like na fo adwenche nyina fa to ase emaye ene anopain some de somono de ejimu akotin bi eni se edom kuma kandi for Omanhene mrache bedwafie se wono an wokan we de wo pa achewo entra wotwaye edito bambo adwumaku no so
Professor J na opokwa ageman wono na yama panyin abede chode futuo akwa amadisuafo wo man mu se wo mfa nsiyo ene afesuban papa enka enwumasua pa ho
Mampanyin John Dramani mama aka ede ache Caribbean countries anase aman wodo se wono mfo mutam emewone tamano na afi wono nko empatentrene
Omanhene ko tabufo ede ababatu dwas wo hwe February bosomeni mu a infreshi hun sama eba fom yie pa
Rosake ene aban eho ensensem no sai ena akwakosie dia na womoka yede munchemu ebebremo
every one so yebekọ akofodua presence hon so ena panyimfo dwumadie bia omode hyehye so justice for all program akoso ama ye kasai eneduafo edu enum omayiwo mo so omunkofi
ena ka we ho aya ne se kase de besomo anopai simabe se dunu a edi enima kenkanfo ye me abusua pani owusu aduomimene
Ajiwa nyako
ena se no bi enkwai emfama emopafie premium eni super premium rice abono de aba sa enso na dwabi rural bank no nyina eka ho eni ede kase ba ententem so a yenhya se na yenchiremu ewo honomo na no ada Omanhene mrahye bedwafie ena Alexander afenyo markins donkuma no wono ekandi for sorry gina ya no ochiremu se bambo dwumaku enwuma wono fam so fam mrante ene maba wo Ghana ha keta hye prane kankan bi abamu omugusu hwem krojen se de saman ne tamfu nso ene wan tansan bebo de ya asem ketwa na ne enim se wo be man ko gina ne namro so abra wono ye se privilege committees ai wono ewo Omanhene mrahye bedwafie wonko cheche ni nsemu ni ade nanso watumi enyina amene wasore Omanhene mrahye bedwafie se wosre ekwase waka enso onwe wono a na okoka na asem nanso wono emfa nche no.
Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, you've had sufficient discussion on this matter, and I would want to state categorically that contrary to the impression he had, that I specifically made allegations against him which injures his reputation, Mr. Speaker, the text of my concerns reflected so. It is hereby accordingly withdrawn, and Mr. Speaker, as colleagues, when a member feels strongly about a statement which is unintended, the right thing to do is to withdraw and apologize to him. Mr. Speaker, I proceed to do so, and to assure him that concerns that would arise out of any matter shall be properly be brought to his attention. But on this matter, as I've said before, I will repeat it for Hansa, that anything related to him or his ministry is withdrawn.
Amse eka nentina na aka anantuo na owura Mubarak Muntaka Muhammad aswanse mrahye bedwani wonna woye osofo hwe fisem ensem so na ebo ne ho enintino wono nso esori na mro so se ninua Alexander Markins huni o kan ne omu se nukure bia nim ni ade enti afa de wo twe de asan ya wono so ne wan bo oje mu na wahye mrahye bedwana asre wono se wono mpepa na omu mfamfiri wono abakwasem mu
or your action to be misconstrued and be labeled differently from the intention that you have, especially when it's connoted with criminality and heavy wrongdoing. Mr. Speaker, I've had a great privilege of serving in leadership in this House, probably with a greater respect and with all humility to my colleagues. For those of us sitting in the chamber now, I have served in leadership longer than anybody. and I'll be the last to thwart efforts of leadership in trying to help run this House, except to say that, colleagues, remember most of the times I keep saying, please, let's respect each other.
Menyadi amaya madwin anasem abomadwin poseme bibia amana ha o man Ghana mrahye bedwei nanso de ana da bia me kan se ye besre ye nuanu ewo man Ghana mrahye bedwe fie ye mu ye ho ne ye mu bubu ye ho ne ade anan no na achiame hina na ote adwam ononyamfo benadanyafo wono nso ahye man Ghana mrahye bedwa wono mu a wono di mu akote se obesre we de ne wono hwe na wono mpepa afei ensema ankode ekoda ne privileges committee na wono matase ahwe so wasa atwe asan.
Members, following the retraction and apology by the minority leader of those statements made during the State of the Nation address, and also following the acceptance by the Minister of Interior, I would order that the referral to the Privileges and Immunities Committee for examination, inquiry, and reports is accordingly withdrawn.
Yera Bernard ahiafo na yeteninken
Jumedie bi akoso na jumedie no the President's Independence Day Award Ceremony we no panyifo yi e de asibo se adesuafo a omukotena se etro BC so hwe no wo mu abo mo homoden e wa ban school ene afa yankwankwa schools ahodo no Ghana fa na nyina e no mu yi adesuafo aduonu mienu 52 e no mo hye omanimu nyama e bo mabaso a na eyefe pa enye asep keto na jumedie na se Vice President Professor Jane na opokwa Jiman e koye akokasa ye tu adesuafo ifo se baabi o medri e no chese abo mabaso nto mo musim nyu mo de baabi o mo kwa no kura den che baabi o mo free bananu nti wo mo fa ensiyo ene afa suban papa enka adesua pa ne ho na etumi muana dache omonuasia ho sam so mo enko omanim na afa so oman ne chechire no enye se de bia aban ne nko na wo so ye bibi sa aban ne bo ne ho moden na tewamufu ankasa enso enda suban pedi emmoa emma amamo ne nkoso a emmoa mo oman ne chechire no enye yentu de adesua na se afutuo sroko ena akọ ediama adesuafo aduonum mienu 52 no a wo mo enya abasobode ewo dwumade no ase no Professor Jane Nana Opoku Achem.
I congratulate you especially. Your discipline and perseverance have brought prestige to your homes, your schools, and to this country. I urge you to use this momentum to pursue greater responsibilities and achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Independence Day theme, that is building prosperity, restoring hope, is a call to action to all of us, especially our young people. Prosperity is not built by infrastructure and policies alone. It is also built by law-abiding students and citizens who understand that personal conduct has national repercussions. We have seen troubling developments, including reports of exam malpractices in some schools, vandalism, and increasing disrespect towards school authorities and rules. Only a small percentage of our youth engage in these behaviors. However, they risk undermining national progress and sending the wrong signals.
Excellency Professor J. Nana Opoku Ajiman.
My friends St. Kitts and Nevis, one man so for friends Torrance, Michael Drew, Wabomode, Ama Waba Besra, May, Ewan, Nebra, one more Emma Kwaba, and a Ghana man Penny John Dramani, Mama, Ede Eto, Nenimo, one ne mines a year St. Kitts and Nevis, and a Afi, a Caribbean, Jamaica, no money Haiti, no, and a Afi, Guyana, no money a mile Dromocahono, woman answering from one to my Emma, my Ghana, and only be mine, now one konkoden emfam pattern trend ni nyina ene se emire bi sade abrofo Europe man ne America man ye befa ebibi man ne aman binum no mu fa ye mpanyimfo do mo koye adwumatwenfo no ebraso se wo se ye pe attentrene na eno na Ghana mampanyini edeto nanim se
the artificial mental and economic barriers that long separated Africa and the Caribbean must give way to bridges of trade, mobility, knowledge exchange, and cultural renewal. In this regard, Ghana strongly supports the renewed momentum between the African Union and CARICOM to deepen structured engagement between our two regional blocs. Political solidarity must now be matched by economic integration. Expanding the African Export-Import Bank, Afri-Exim, into the Caribbean is a bold and strategic step towards unlocking trade, investment, and financial cooperation across the Atlantic. Our responsibility as leaders is to mobilize our people around a unifying vision, one that secures dignity, prosperity, and global respect for people of African descent everywhere in the world.
Panyi John Dramani mama menanso a wose fin champion mienu ani dungotwini mu Oman Ghana ani St Kitts and Nevis ekwa apam a ye ma kwanye na mienu no obi a wo tu kwan ede afri baako so akọ so no enkrata asemo ne ade no ebe kamapa wose braso se wose omo sa hyem kinase ne ebe beboa ama adwadie ayonkofa ene eye akwansra enso etimi etumpon
Oman you kontabofo eden sembia baba tudwa eden.
Pleased to announce that Ghana and St. Kitts and Nevis have agreed to extend our 2018 visa waiver agreement. This was previously applicable to holders of only diplomatic and service passports. Now this extension of the visa waiver includes holders of ordinary passports. This practical and transformative step will significantly facilitate tourism, trade, business exchanges, and people-to-people connections. We'll also continue discussions on structured labor mobility arrangements. Ghana is prepared where appropriate to support St. Kitts and Nevis with skilled professionals, including nurses, teachers, and other technical experts, while ensuring mutually beneficial frameworks between our countries.
Abza for Ghana mampanyi John Dramani mama ena yetini nkano.
Yentwa so na yonko ni me kasebo ni me man ko tabufuo e de se bia baba tudwa e de afa inflation ne ho yenim sabosumi bia e ya no bebu e kire oman no ba bia yesika sam ne inflation ne ho sam no akwakodu na January bosumi no omode baba tudwa se inflation no e kwakodu 3.8%. Na February dey no omode aba ba hwimu a bosomi a etwa mu dey no de toto January dey no ho a echese bosomi we so asan aba fom pa aba bedu 3.3% ya eno eye nsema omanyi enkontabufo ede aba batudwa no mabubu mu a kirekirem sa wo hwe enuane ene afei anonom de aye nom de emoro no a eno ne nko ano ba fom wa ebedu 2.4% eye bosomi February no a etwa mu no na de toto January dey no na 3.9%. echese February dey etwa mu no aba fom pa na afei niema eno so enye enuane no eno so de emu peja ye ekwo 4.0%. January no na 3.8% na ese no so peja eno no eye nsem omode ababa batudwa no ma chechirem e de akire Ghana for se de emubuye no esi etie.
Disagree with the proposals to establish the Controlling Accountant General as an independent or high.
The Consumer Price Index, or the CPI, for February 2026 stands at 264.4, up from 255.9 in February 2025. This translates into a year-on-year inflation rate of 3.3%. This means that, on average, prices are 3.3% higher in February 2026 than they were in February 2025. Now, this is a 0.5 percentage point down from the 3.8% inflation recorded in January 2026. It is a 19.8 percentage point down from the 23.1% inflation recorded in February 2025, that's a year earlier. And it also marks the 14th consecutive month of decline.
Omanhene Yaw Adu Dr. Alhassan Idrisu.
Constitution Review Committee ekwatrase na wonsem omode betu dwane bi ene se emomode na Controller and Accountant General Department won so no ene ne ho ente ne ho emfamfiri asoya omhwe oman Ghana sika sem so me Finance Ministry nenso no yenuanom a won civil and local government staff association of Ghana Krosake ayen central funhye ede ato dwase dabi ebema niema kra ye kesene ni andra won hu niema a woso wo mo yo wo mo ye de ekote wo mo yesi yono no yenyo ne saa enya ade a wo mo sei no wo mo ne saa CRC fui eye adwen.
Independent constitutional office. The mandate of the Controller and Accountant General Department falls squarely within the mandate and functional oversight responsibilities of the Ministry of Finance. The CAG operates as an implementation agency of the ministry in executing government accounting, ensuring payments control, and performing treasury management functions. As part of the executive machinery responsible for implementing fiscal policy.
Any poka say I for at the civil and local government staff association of Ghana Krosake Ora Bampo Ado.
Yes, also your call a for program be our mode abana program no ebaye ewo emfimpino ene enso 2007 and a penny for a launches program at the Justice for All program na se brano e penny for prisons ahodo no na judge ni akwa kotene mu no ma hwensem bi wo ho a omo bedie na ne omo tibe ye no yayi wo mo ama omo ekofie dwede de bi akoso ewo kofo dua na dua fie na eho nso so na cases aduasa bako na wo judge a wono ekotena asem ne so no okotena ase wokodi sa asemi we Justice adema court of appeal no ode akua sewa asare boche wono na wokotena asemi so a wokodi sa ensem aduasa bako no mo wieye no na kyese emu edunum na ne duafiefo no wo muti ye yi a yeja wo muso hure wo nko wo fie na ne sisma che bei wo mukodi afofida papa no ewo mo efie na ye wieye na Justice akua sewa asare na edi nkomo achemu di enti a omo etusa na mo.
We have progressively improved since then. At the time of the inception of the program in 2007, the total prisoner population was 13,800, out of which 4,218 were remands or pretrial inmates, constituting 30.57% of the total prisoner population. This high remand population contributed substantially to the then acute overcrowding in the prisons, which stood at 72.41%. It is refreshing and my pleasure to announce to you that as of yesterday, the 2nd of March 2026, data from the Ghana Prison Service Records Unit indicates that the total inmate population is 13,620, which comprises 1,745 or 12.81% remands and 11,875 or 87.19% convicts. Over the last 19 years, the program has impacted on the remand population in the prisons, bringing it down from 30.57% to 12.84% currently. We can attribute this marked improvement to good collaboration and capacity building of criminal justice institutions, that is the judicial.
Na wono woye juma e court of appeal wono kotena mo the Justice for All program na akofodua ene duafie yi ene duafo etonum
yen fe ni enchemu e wodoma ahinkro arewosem afiri wa beka yensa echemu eda bi sedi eja asi etomu e wo honom na wono hwe ani hu sedum jadwumakuo ebetimi de basahare so no maba no mabebo omo modum no no sa be se bosome miensa nie ka wono ka fence fire tender wodoma ahinkru ho no finish yesi ne eno ano no esi won ma anya adwuma bi mu eno ntina wo setema amufo na mo na ɛne wɔn bra wɔn di wɔn ho opuwie sɛ ne be wɔn betimi afa so na wɔn dum egyaye na wokɔ dɔma ahenkro wɔn ma DO3 in his adwasewa wɔn ne dumgya adwumakuo no panyina wotua no ɛwɔ no de atodwa sɛ ɔbɛsɛ sɛ edumre bi ɛte sɛyi na yɛatemamufo mmɔden na wɔn nto wɔn mo kwan wɔn pɛ so wɔn fa so na wɔn dumgya na afei nhwɛmu aba betodwa animanim yɛ ade wɔn nsa aka ne kyem a air condition bi a kwan wɔn fa so na wɔn ɛde ɛbɔ hɔ no wɔn amfa ahomapa ɛna yɛyɛ no ɛno na nam so ɛma saa wuni esiye
Sia no utie nkomo a ekọ so a yenka say a definite way but say enjoy obi be hye air condition bi ofia and obi hu say before jane be ba na hu sie kakra free sinim AP nti o prompte o mokra say as a jabi free sinim bi nti o mo hwe but as o man pay attention before a saw net na a water in the chino like I say yanka san so ye investigation na ye hwe yebeye na ya hu adekore ko so yebase sie de otie nkomo a wonna nipa de mu na tie nkomo omudi a na ye esi na andra omo suspect say andra nipa no be hye esi bi ahoma bi na enye standard anasa na ahoden no eboro nhoma no so ntie ne ma eja na ba
Mufo de adisede de ato aban mpanyimfo ankrankran won mo ka bi wom so mbesre se doma ayinkro pa na tender na se fire tender ba ko pe asase ye de ehun bo ha ne mpanyimfo mra mo nsra bem
Janisha se treno senka de se nanka I fire service for more car ni ejuma anka mejidi senka yetimi dum ne ntem ba mebo ntem ha ifo abaso pa mo aya de obi aye na fam de ba ese mesre se ni die mu a ka nanka sei no se ye kra na eso be kra na se e ye foforo mpo na o si na because we nye first time jato ba bia na ahye if you say ye ni ayi adibia ye didunja nti we dia de sre de ye sre because say o sha obi ajapade pa na ekoi mejidi pa na nka se ka na ye adwuma nka ebi e be se kra ntimi nduru senti
no se mo kan champion for mo twa asase na ma omo a omo hu sibi o mbesi asifie ma kwa space mi mede dem e se obi a hu ni se obi asinifi a wode wo tu eno ni mi nka ne se hwehwe ani ma na ase de ai kronfo be wura wo
de ne buafu pa efi amusi amoto fasuo fa ho no wase no ye nhwehwe no ana ase den awe ye fa na ase ni bi emfa nko am pafie na premium and super premium rice no wode jambi soya bean oil de aba yummy tomato paste nti wigina ho no anya wanwa no anya wontosi no anya ho de opeso de yo bia no na watumi e de akwakoye enti mu amoto nnuane ni mu workshop awodro ampesa mu de mu enso egum no na ese no anu efie nso de na eye eno anu no edum ye ben oyepa fm sa enso enapatase yene achemfo hotel edi hwe animu emaremfi se enkran media Pass and Gardens junction ho no ma won sabe kan ya no afre 0244 615 117 na oni mpanyimfo edi nkita ho yenko dwabin rural bank na yenko ma wo mo piafo mfinji aduana ba akuni na wo gye wo nam no so aye sika dwuma basobode de chenjenche na wo sebra na akwanya no won mo biem dial star 389 star 984 hash na to wo share ewo efie ubeye share wo da na wabeka ho abasobode bebre ni niema bebre ene wo ma scholarship no nyina eka ho ewo afi fixed deposit 3 months 6 months 12 months no ene ebewa ama osika no ebenya mo ho ene niema awodo adwabinra bank ebie won makwa ba mu a wo mo ne won madwadifo ene o man ga na nyina editwa ya no afre wo 0242387498 ewo ehonomo adwa yempon
Kasia no ye de si hase mu na si ye de manu sum adwumaifo nyina akukwa jando ewo ho enafi akosua somwa enso ewo ho MCR Obaya Grace ewo ho Simon ewo ho na yawo enso ne hwe nka ne ahonsem ede maye na akoya ya abonidi
Alfred and I said
Alfred na mo frɛ no ka nickname bi
Sabuzi
Nyabuzi
ani epon yemko
omo nyina hye ho agya omo ka ho bi na kasebo yetumi ede ebesom yesamfo nso yera asante yeboa Benedict one so kasebo so ede so ma ya yenso yede besom anopa ya kenkan fa wote yenka eyeme ajwa nyako abro no maame ni minu abem
Abusua pani Owusu Aduomi Owia Ade Kyeɛ Omanhene Yaw Adu-Boakye eto aso de abamo